My guest is here. I want to go to my guest. We are joined with the man himself, an audience fan favorite, Gerald Celente. Celente, he is publisher of weekly TrendsJournal magazine. He is author of the highly acclaimed and best-selling books, Trends Tracking and Trends 2000. And he's a good friend of the show, and I appreciate him for joining me to have this conversation. How you doing today? You doing all right?
I'm all right. How are you?
I am doing fine. I am better that you are joining me today, and thank you for doing so. I was reading through your site, and you made the point, and I guess there are 2 points. One, you pointed out right here, the backdoor bailout. You said there's a banking crisis, a hidden banking crisis, meaning there's a banking crisis that we are unaware of, that it's not being publicized. It's not being focused on. And you're pointing out that there's a backdoor bailout that's already in place that can't be contained. Okay, you got to explain that one. Because you're very different. You have the ability to follow trends that are not just in one specific sphere. So it's not just financial, geopolitical, financial, militaristic, etc. Meaning you run the gambit of looking at these trends and how these trends create a world in a way that many other people don't. They tend to look at it through one very specific lens. So when you said there's a hidden banking crisis, what do you mean? Explain it to us. Give us some context to what this means.
The crisis is there's a office building bust. No one's talking about it. You got to go back to Jane. You got to go back to the COVID war. Get back in your house. You can't go to work. Go home. So people started working at home. And then people are saying to themselves, I've been commuting an hour and a half each way. I'm not going to do that anymore. And then the people that were, renting the places say, I got all these people in cubicles. I don't need them all here. I don't see them anyway. They're in cubicles. Right. I could save myself a lot of money by not renting all this space. I don't need all this space. So come in a couple of days a week. So the reality is, you go back to before the COVID war, the office vacancy rate was around 11%. Now it's 20%. Wow. 20% vacant. Vacant buildings. So here's the deal. These contracts that they make for leases are usually like 5 years. That's the average. Those 5 years are up. People aren't going to be renewing their leases. You have a vacancy rate of 20% of the buildings are vacant. How are the people that own the buildings going to pay off their debt? They're not. The banks don't have the money to cover it. Mm-hmm. Because when they got all that dough, when the COVID war happened, your interest rates were zero. So they don't have the money. No one's talking about the office building bust. And again, let's go back to 2023, ancient history. You had 3 banks that failed. Right. Signature, Silicon Valley, and First Republic. 3 banks failed. And the markets went way, way, way down, and gold prices went way, way, way up. And then they dump more money in to cover it up. You can't do this. You're going to see not 3 banks, maybe 300 banks. And most of the bank loans of these buildings are medium-sized banks. So this is going to be serious, and no one's talking about it. And this is before I went on the air. This was the headline when it hit gold in CNBC. Mm-hmm. Gold prices drift up. Drift up? They went up, when they wrote that, they went up $52 an ounce. Drift up. Drift up. You go to the mainstream media, barely a word about spiking gold prices. As we're on the air now, gold is $3,725 an ounce. Oh, go back to your Trends Journal. 2024 top trend, golden year for gold. We said gold is beginning. This is the beginning of a spike of gold. We said that 2024, last year. When we made that forecast, gold prices were $2,041 an ounce.
Whoa.
So gold prices are going up because of the debt levels that the banks have. Not only in the United States, it's global. Take a trip to Germany. 2 years of recession. This is the third largest economy in the world, the largest in Europe. And they're heading for their third year of recession. But don't worry about it. We got Harald Merz, the new chancellor. We're going to borrow $1 trillion to fight the Russians because we can't trust them. We only killed 25 million of them in World War II, Operation Barbarossa. Don't you love those Germans, man? Oh, I forgot World War I. Borrowing all this dough as you're in recession? Who are you talking to? Shut up, Celente. You be a good little boy and be like the rest of the people and obey our orders. All right? Look what's going on with that little Catzon Macron over there in France with a pecker the size of this. If he has one at all. Same thing. We got to fight those Russians. Hey, little boy, go over there and fight. All right? They're all going deep into debt.
Yes.
That's why gold prices are going up. That's why there's going to be a banking crisis, and that's why nobody's talking about it.
So basically those office buildings are a bubble. And if those people don't get paid, that creates an issue for the bank because they're not going to be able to pay the bank. And we have fractional reserve currency in the States, so you can create 9 times the amount that the bank is actually holding. And if they don't get paid, I mean, it went up 11%? That's significant. In which case, when it all collapses, those banks are going to fold.
Oh, gone. There's going to be, we are on the verge. I've been at this for 45 years. Never before have I seen such dangerous times ahead. I began in this book, Trend Tracking. This is when I became a political atheist. The Iranian conflict started breaking out. And they taught us to hate the Iranians.
Right.
And the 99.999% of the people had no idea of how the United States overthrew the democratically elected government of Mohammad Mossadegh in 1953.
Yep.
The CIA and the MI6, that little slime ball of people. Oh, Winston Churchill. Oh, yeah, the fat clown that gave us World War I and World War II. Yeah, one. The only newspaper to report the fact, 2017, was the Financial Times. Telegram going back from Winston Churchill to the United States, how that we have to overthrow the government because that nerve of Mossadegh, what he said, that oil in Iran does not belong to Anglo-Iranian oil, better known today as BP.
Yep.
Or ExxonMobil, or excuse me, Standard Oil, better known today as ExxonMobil. It belongs to the Iranian people. No, it doesn't. And they brought in the Shah, the Savak, the secret police. They slaughtered tens of thousands of people. So when the Shah was nothing more than a dictator, just like his old man. So when the revolution began and they taught us to hate him, that's when I became a political atheist. And that's when I started investing in gold. I first started buying gold at $163 an ounce.
Are you serious?
Back then, that's what it was.
$163.
And now it's 3,000. What is it? $3,725.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So again, people, anybody that has a mind bigger than a pea, stop calling yourself a Republican, a Democrat, a conservative, a liberal. How about just having an open mind and don't put your mind in a little tiny little dot?
So what? So people are recognizing these things. I guess financial people who are in the financial markets, in which case that's where the investment in gold comes from. They don't trust 37, going to $40 trillion in debt.
No,
they don't trust.
It's not the equity markets that are going. It's not those kind of investors. It's central banks. It's people that know. Those are the people that are doing it. The equity markets are still being artificially propped up. I mean, you got your PE ratio right now. It's like near an all-time high. And again, there's going to be the other thing that no one's talking about, or very few. You go back to our TrendsJournal, January 28th. We said there's going to be a dot-com bust. The Chinese are going to take over the AI world. AI is the future. Love it, hate it, want it, don't want it. Again, you got to put the trends together. You look at the Bill Clinton, Slick Willie, brought China into the World Trade Organization. They officially came in 2 weeks after 9/11. Back in 2000, 10% of Chinese 18-year-olds went to college. Today, almost 70%. Young people are AI high-tech addicted. You got, 1.4 billion Chinese versus 347 million Americans? Who do you think is going to lead this race? Oh, they just got rid of NVIDIA. They don't want them over there. They put sanctions on them.
Yep.
They're going to there's going to be a dot-com bust going back to the equity markets, the Magnificent Seven, all overvalued stuff. They're not making money in AI. The facts are there. Write about it week after week, but you're not allowed to talk about it.
Well, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, there's also this thing of the real productive energies of the economy versus the speculation on the economy. Whereas industry, it's almost like it's 2 to 1. Like there's so much speculation that's built on top of an actual real economy that at some point, when it folds, it completely folds. How do you figure? Oh God, what is his name? It'll come to me in a moment. The Fed chair, Jerome Powell, with a rate cut. I mean, he came out. He very clearly said, basically, he pointed out what Donald Trump is doing with the trade war, and consequences of such has created a situation for the economy where the economy is taking a hit. And so we need to cut the rate. I forget the amount, I think either 1% or half percentage point. I don't remember exactly which. How does that figure into it? I mean, he's basically making more money available for people in the economy to use. I mean, give me your take on this. Is this good, bad, somewhere between?
This is why gold prices are going up. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go up because it's cheaper to buy in other countries whose currencies are going up.
I see.
And going back to Powell, he's nothing more than, again, George Carlin, the great George Carlin used to say, it's one big club and you ain't in it. Let's go back to the Biden administration. Who was the Treasury Secretary? Miss
Bernanke.
Yeah,
I thought it was Bernanke. Yellen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Faccia brut means, look it up, it's an Italian word. That was Janet Yellen. But anyway, what was her previous job? Fed head. She was the Jerome Powell.
Yeah.
It's one big club. Let's go back to 2018 when Trump was president. December 2018 was the worst Dow since the Great Depression. What did he do? He forced Powell to lower interest rates, which he did in January 2019. So they're going to keep lowering interest rates to keep artificially propping up the economy. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls, the higher inflation goes up. So we're going to have what we call dragflation. It's not going to be a stagnant economy. The economy is going to go down and inflation is going to go up. Gold prices, gold could well hit $4,000 by the end of this year. And the other thing they're going to do, again, we only put the facts together. Again, we're political atheists. We don't believe in any of this crap. There's a crime syndicate that people call a government. Again, only by the facts. Under Obama, the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize winner, I want that guy Gaddafi out of there. Oh, the Afghan troop surge, that guy. When the dot-com bust happened, According to the Levy Institute at Bard College, I call it a crime syndicate. They're murderers and thieves. They have all the wars and have the thievery. According to Bard College, Levy Institute at Bard College, the Federal Reserve dumped in $29 trillion to bail out the banks during the 2008 panic. We the people, we could go to hell. No money for you. But hey, I'm Jamie Dimon. You know I am, man. Hey, you know I am. Oh, well, you only been convicted of 5 felonies. Oh, we rigged the precious metals market back in 2019. And we only paid $900 million fine. But you know all the money we made?
Yeah.
All right. It's a crime syndicate. Oh, the cops stop you. Your light was off and on around your back license plate. Where were you? How many drinks did you have? Stand on your head. Repeat the alphabet backwards. Hey, I'm Jamie Dimon. I'm Jamie Dimon. It's a crime syndicate. Look at the wars going on.
Yeah.
Look at the slaughter of the Palestinian people in front of our eyes every day, destroying them, killing, according to Lancet, well over 100,000. Who cares? Shut up. Hey, Taylor Swift, she's getting married. Right, that's what the American people know. So we're on a verge of a socioeconomic and geopolitical crisis. That's why gold prices are going up. The Ukraine war, more money going into there. Trump sending Israel another $6 billion worth of deadly weapons to keep slaughtering the people. So it's your tax money. So get to work. I want your money to give to the military-industrial complex and the murderers. Again, it's a country, this is unbelievable. About a week ago, I took out the domain name, wethepeoplesparty.us. That name should have been gone when the internet revolution began in the early 1990s.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days ago, I took out the domain name, wethepeoplesparty.world. These things should have been gone. Again, we the people? No. I'm the politician. I'll tell you what to do. Put on this mask. And you stand 6 feet apart from everybody. All right? And don't forget, when you masturbate, you better sanitize your hands before you do it. Don't make up any crap we want. I'm a politician. I'll tell you what to do. From the damn little clown boys, from mayors of the cities to the governors, to the congressmen, we don't need one more damn law. How about we the people? Shut the hell up, Celente. You're only a little guinea from the Bronx. I'm a politician. I'll tell you what to do. Where's the people's anger?
Yeah. Are they trying to crash the dollar in order to not pay the debt?
No, they're going to come up with a new coin. Going back to Trump, it went off key on it. It was the other thing I was going to talk about, what he did in 2018. Let's listen to him in 2020, 2021. How he hated Bitcoin, how it's destroying the dollar and these cryptocurrencies, a lot of garbage. Hey, but now my family's into it. Oh, and the Lutons and the Witkoffs, oh, the government, they're into it too. It's a great coin. All right? They're going to come up with a digital coin. We get rid of this dirty dollar and we're going to digital trash. They're going to make up a digital coin and say this digital coin is worth more than the dollar. They're going to make up some crap. And by the way, the Bitcoin and cryptos start going up so fast, going down a little bit, but they're still way up, and we're bullish on it because the crime syndicates invested in it. Again, Trump got over $100 million from the crypto people when he ran for office, and he got tens of millions of dollars when he got inaugurated. So it's one, again, like George Carlin said, it's one big club and you ain't in it. So crypto keep going up, but they're not going up as fast as they are because gold prices are spiking like I've never seen. They're up 40% this year. The price of gold's up 40% this year.
Wow. So people are really thinking this is about to crash in some way. And, he's already in stablecoin. But you're thinking they're going to create a different coin other than stablecoin.
Yeah. They create a digital dollar. Again, it's happening all over the world. CBDCs, central bank digital currencies.
But the dollar is already not backed by anything. I mean, I know they say petrodollar, but but there's nothing. There's no gold. There's nothing backing the dollar short of faith in the American military and the American government itself. Is there a major difference between creating a digital currency that's not backed by anything and a dollar that's not backed by anything?
Again, think about it. What the hell is Bitcoin backed by? And it's worth, as we're going on here, like $112,000 a coin, an invented thing with nothing behind it.
Yes.
They're going to do the same thing with a digital currency. They'll make up any look. People sometimes call me a futurist. I'm not a futurist. Nobody can predict the future. There are too many wild cards, whether they're made by humans or nature. Let's go back to 2012. I thought the markets would crash again. They didn't teach me about zero interest rate policies or a thing called quantitative easing in Economics 101 at graduate school. All right? They'll make up any crap they want. It's a crime syndicate.
By the way, explain what quantitative easing is, just so the audience would know.
Would
get the context.
Giving the money to all the banks.
Yeah.
Give them trillions of dollars. And pumping free money into the system.
And this is through the Federal Reserve. What the Federal Reserve takes on the debt and gives the banks cash for it.
Yeah. And again, it's a crime syndicate. You talk about the Federal Reserve. How about a piece of slime ball by the name of Woodrow Wilson that gave us the Federal Reserve, World War I, and the IRS?
Yes.
Woodrow. All my life, I never met anybody with the name Woodrow. Woodrow.
Different time. Different time.
Woodrow. Again, look at the Roosevelts. I mean, the FDR, the Franklin Roosevelt. Again, it's one big club, and we ain't in it. All we are plantation workers of Slavelandia. We need a people's party. The hell with these political crap. Again, we don't need one new law. Yeah, I was the assistant to the secretary of the New York State Senate. I was on the other side. I saw what a freak show it was firsthand. My best friend, Brian Donahue, may he rest in peace, his wife became a lieutenant governor under Pataki. I quit. I was working on major political campaigns in Westchester County. I designed in a course called American Politics and Campaign Technology, how to run political campaigns, and I taught it at St. John's University. I was on the other side. I know what a freak show it is. And these are gutless little boys, by the way. You call them out and they go down quick. No, don't talk to me like that. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm using, this isn't a proper language. I don't want you to get, but you don't use that language.
Yeah, I remember you told me you were on the other side of this. When you call it a freak show, why do you call it a freak show? Is it just because they don't know what they're doing? Is it because they're, aside from mendacity, they're just out for themselves? Ego? Give me your take on this. You've seen it from behind the scenes.
That's all it is. They're not, here, not my quote. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star general, Supreme Commander of the Allied Forces in World War II, 2-term president. Google it up. Any man seeking the office of president is either an egomaniac or crazy. He didn't want to run. He was the president of, I think, Columbia University or something. He talked him into running.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these are the kids, like when you're in high school and college, that want to be class president or head of the student council. It's the same group. Who the hell are they to tell me what to do? By the way, this is one of the T-shirts that we sell. TrendsJournal. All right.
Oh, that is great. That is great.
anyone, like I said, any one of you little clown politicians, come over here and try to make me do something that I don't want to do because I don't have to. Come over here and you try to make me do it, all right? No. Don't send your ISIS or anybody else. You come over and tell me.
Well, they're not going to do that.
I know. They're gutless little clowns.
Well, how do you think people should deal with the crash? Let's take it that you're right.
We're not allowed to give financial advice. Speaking only for myself.
No, I don't mean financial advice. I just mean, maybe let me ask that a different way.
Well, again, gold is, the number one safe haven asset. I had GC's, Gerald Celente, GC's 3Gs, guns, gold, and a getaway plan.
That's the answer. That's the answer, right? Guns, gold, and get out of here somehow.
Yeah.
But this is will this reshape world order?
It's going to end life on Earth. When all else fails, they take you to war.
Yeah.
Go back again. You don't have to believe me. You go to, I had the article here somewhere. You can Google it up. History Today. Franklin Roosevelt seizes Japanese assets. He goes on. Here it is. Yeah. Not making this up. Here it is. See it? On July 26, 1941, President Franklin Roosevelt seizes all Japanese assets in the United States. Now, remember, this is 1941. The Great Depression's going on. The Great Depression. You know why? In retaliation for the Japanese occupation of French Indochina. Wait a minute. French Indochina? What the hell are the French doing in Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam? And you're calling it French Indochina? Oh, we're in Algeria, we're in Morocco, we're going anywhere we can. French Foreign Legion, we're stealing, raping, pillaging, all the tin, rubber, anything we need. And I'm an American. What the hell do I care what's going on in French Indochina? And you stole all the Japanese money? Yeah, it goes on. He goes on to say that President swung attack. Britain, you ready? And the Dutch East Indies followed suit. Dutch East Indies? This little tiny joint called Holland, the Dutch? What the hell are you doing over there in Indonesia? Oh, we're doing the same thing the French are doing over there in French Indochina. Yeah, we're stealing everything, killing, robbing. Oh, and Britain? Oh, the sun never sets on the British Empire. We kill and pillage all over the world. The report came out, over 400 million people in India died because of
British rule
for 100 years. Here, goes on. You ready? Japan followed up by occupying Cameron Naval Base, 800 miles from the Philippines, where Americans had troops, and the British base at Singapore. What the hell are the British doing in Singapore and Americans doing in the Philippines? And you're angry because the Japanese are in Vietnam? And what do I care? I'm an American. That's none of my business. Gets us into World War II. Yeah. During the Great Depression. When all else fails, they take you to war. And this is the other one. You see, Trump went over there and had the with what's his name, King Charles.
Yes.
And you see all those guys dressed up in those stupid costumes with the
pretending to be royalty. Yes, appointed by God. Yeah.
If the royal family, a crime syndicate. If they were Italian, you'd call them a mafia. Slaughtering people all over the world. And ignorant, stupid, gutless little clown boys and girls kissed his finger, pull out the red carpet. I'm the king. Oh, I talked about the Dutch East Indies. Oh, I forgot about the king over there. What's this king crap? They're murderers. They're a crime syndicate. Oh, no, Celente, we're royal family. We're better than you. We don't pee or poo. How stupid can people be? How can they swallow this crap?
Yeah.
Royal family. Murderers. Slaughtering people all over the world. Hey, but look at the money we got. And look at the clown show they put on. That's a circus.
Yeah. Gerald, this has been an illuminating segment and terrifying, but illuminating. I did not see, I saw gold floating up. I didn't realize how significant that was, nor did I quite understand why it was floating up. You gave a fantastic breakdown. And obviously with the COVID stuff taking place, the office building, I started working remotely. My wife started working remotely.
Yeah.
Many of the people that I knew started working remotely, in which case it's like, okay, why are we in the office? Why do we even have this office at this point? No, the logic of it makes all the sense in the world. One last question. How long do you think this will take? I mean, if you could give a prediction, you were able to predict the bubble and the bust once before.
Again,
Any idea on how long this takes?
Is there back to COVID. When COVID happened, I thought everything would crash. I didn't know they were going to pump in trillions of dollars tens of trillions around the world, and right. Bring interest rates down to zero and keep them negative. You know, you don't know. They're going to do everything they can to artificially prop this up. But again, very bullish on gold. This takeoff of gold is like nothing I've ever seen. Again, I've been at this. I tell you, for first buy gold is $163 an ounce. Wow. And I've never seen anything like this. But my greatest concern is war. And again, look at little Georgie Bush, a little daddy's boy with a pair of cojones smaller than a mothball. 90% of the people swallowed the crap spewing out of his mouth. We're going to get that guy Osama bin Laden dead or alive. The Afghan war, the longest war in American history.
And we lost.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't won one since World War II. We wouldn't have won that one without the Russians, but you can't say that. You're not allowed to. And again, when I said when all else fails, they take you to war, what was going on before 9/11? Oh, the dot-com bust.
Right.
Oh, the NASDAQ lost 80% of its value. Forgotten. And then they had the phony housing boom. Again, brought to you by the banksters and derivatives and all that crap. Everybody, I'm telling you, but this will be the end of life on Earth. You know, there's a John F. Kennedy giving a speech to graduating students at American University in 1963. It was all about peace. He said, if we go to war against the Soviet Union, the nuclear war, life on Earth will be destroyed in 24 hours. And generations will be destroyed. That was 1963. The nuclear weaponry has gone way, way beyond that. One of the cats, Einstein, you know, who was invented part of it, they asked him what kind of weapons will be used to fight the Third World War. He said, I don't know. But they'll be using sticks and stones to fight the Fourth.
Yep. And
I'm having a rally this Saturday up here in Kingston, New York, an Occupy Peace rally. Judge Napolitano, Scott Ritter, Dennis Kucinich, Ray McGovern, Garland Nixon, Roger Waters is going to be doing a live stream. So I'm fighting for peace. I launched Occupy Peace over a decade ago. So if anybody wants to learn more about it or donate, go to occupypeace.com.
Okay. I'll put that in the bottom of the video so the audience can see it.
Thank you.
Gerald, thank you, man. I really appreciate this. I always appreciate these conversations. I swear to God, I always learn something new in these conversations, which is part of the reason I do the show. I'm Gerald Celente. He is publisher of Weekly TrendsJournal magazine. Definitely check out the magazine. I'll put a link at the bottom of the video for that also. He is author of the highly acclaimed and best-selling books, Trends Tracking and Trends 2000. Gerald, you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for this.
And thank you for all that you do. And thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, thank you, man. Peace out. All right. Love that guy. I love that guy. He's earnest, straightforward, tells you like it is, and he has a historical context that remembers the stuff in a way that can fall down memory holes. No, shout out to him.